Hey, this is Jesse with CreateThis, coming at you with another VR UI update. In our last video, you may have remembered our factories had an incredibly long list of properties, and this was kind of unmanageable. I searched around and I asked questions on a number of different forums for about a week, and eventually a nice fellow named Chris from talomere.com introduced me to the concept of profiles. So I have implemented that in CreateThis VR UI. And now in the example scenes, you'll have this VR UI defaults object. And here you have a VR UI defaults script. And this is populated with default profiles. So now things like a panel profile, where you set your default camera object, your default object offsets, minimum distances, hide on awake, things like that. All of that can be set up in these default profiles here. And then anytime you use a factory, like for example our save as factory, you don't have to populate a profile for the individual factories unless you want to override some of the behavior. So this allows you to bring in default behavior and define it in just one place and use it everywhere. So this is really great for productivity. My tools example factory does have a panel override, because I wanted to change the offset when the panel pops into existence. And also the keyboard factory has a panel profile override for the same reason. But those are the only two places that I found that I needed to update those things. In addition, things like numerics. So the keyboard factory has a number of keyboard specific numeric values. Those are now defaulted inside the factory script. And also the profiles on the VR UI defaults, all the numerics there are defaulted, as well as the colors. So you can change them if you want, but you don't have to. And I can just demonstrate that real quick by creating a new file panel profile, and you'll see that the numerics there have been defaulted. So that's great. Check us out on GitHub. This is a free MIT licensed project. You can download it, use it commercially, do whatever you want to it. Also, down at the bottom, we have a few new items. We've got the Slack chat. So this is a place where if you're a developer and you're interested in using the CreateThis VR UI, you can join that Slack chat and ask any questions that you want. We also have a Patreon page. With any software development project, time is a limiting factor. The number of hours that I have to dedicate to this project are fairly limited. So with Patreon, we can solve that problem. Patrons make the continuing development of the CreateThis VR UI possible. So please do check out our Patreon page and become a patron. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.